punched her in the.
She had it coming, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's go through the chat really quick here. Paige. What's up, everyone? Hey, Jordan. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Paige. Is that me?
It was.
Oh, it's feedback. I was like, okay. I was like, it would be my luck that it's doing this right now.
Right.
Appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you guys very much for coming in. I know everyone had an eventful day today. We'll talk about that. How was you guys' day? Good?
Good, man. No complaints on my part. I'm holding on to my wallet with those last few threads.
Ooh, yeah, man. It's getting stressful. Oh, God.
It was good. I made Toyz go get a paper route so I can pay for my pre-orders.
Hey, that's genius.
Yeah. Do they have those anymore? Do they have those anymore?
It's like the Jamaicans in Living Color. Got 5 jobs, man.
Somebody's got to deliver those 5 people or 5 papers to the people that still have it. Somebody has to.
Yeah, it's probably like the old school, like the old heads.
Yeah.
They want print paper. They don't want to like look at the internet or do any of that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Uber Eats job. He can rollerblade around town.
Yeah. Knowing Sawyer, he's probably got a website and
right.
He's just you know what I mean? Like I see stuff on YouTube all the time. And they're like, you want to make AI generated money up to $800 a day? I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yes. He's got his cryptocurrency account and everything. Yeah.
He's got his own things working for him. He's got his own Uber drivers. He's hired them.
Yeah, some chick was getting on there. And she's like, I made a channel and now I have 100,000 followers and I make $3,000 a month and I don't say anything or do anything. It's all AI generated. And I'm like, what? How's this happening? She goes, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you show everybody how to do it. How are you going to make money?
Yeah. We are in the Matrix.
Yeah, we are. All right. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 109 of the Hangout, where we give you positive insight in the world of collecting a very chilled and relaxed atmosphere. Good vibes here. So, we already went through the run-throughs really quick. Did you guys know that this is the 26th episode streak? Like a hot streak?
It's pretty good. It's going to be like that NBA Jam on Fire thing pretty soon, right?
I know. I was looking at the dates and stuff, and I'm like, it's like, when was the last time we did one? I was like, oh, it was in November. And I was like, holy crap. So, good streak.
Half a year.
It is it? Oh, yeah. Wow. That's math on the fly.
Yeah.
That's like, shit. Yeah. Let me get my calculator out and see what's going on with it. Right? So, really quick, to start the show off right, what are you guys working with right now? What you got? Show and tell time. Show and tell. What are you guys messing with? CCE, it's you. Spotlight's on you. Yeah, so it's going to be spotlight on you. Ready? Solo, go. What do you got?
Check him out. I just made a post in the group. The admin's sleeping, so it didn't get approved yet. But
that guy, he's slacking.
I finally got a chance to open this guy. How long ago was this released? 8 months ago, probably.
Yeah, a while ago.
Only there was
just opened him today. He is fantastic. I love the blue and gray suit. Like, to me, this is Batman to me, and I definitely love the black detailing in the face and everything. I love the costume. I'm wondering, I know everyone's got their own suspicions and everything, but I'm wondering if this cloth suit is what they'll do the new Superman with kind of like a leather accent across the top, because it looks like it's 2 different materials on some of the photos. I like this cloth suit. It reminds me an awful lot of Game of Death Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
It seems very, very similar. Very, you could, because this guy's got great articulation. I was really impressed with it. But you don't feel like there's any concern at all about the suit stretching or not returning back to its original condition or anything. Like I really like the suit. So this will probably become the new desktop Batman and get a lot more hands-on time because he's fantastic. Check that out.
More than Pattinson when that comes out.
Ooh.
Well, until Pattinson comes out, or Battinson, whatever you want to call him. That's still my favorite Batman movie. People can hate me if they will, but I take that back. I really love the Dark Knight trilogy. I can't forget about those. But as far as the recent movies, I love that Batman movie. I thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to the Penguin. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, the series. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still on track, man. Like date-wise.
Penguin to go with this guy. How great would that be?
Yeah, man.
Mezco Penguin to go with that?
Oh, classic. I thought you were talking about like a movie one or something.
No, give me the classic Penguin with the umbrella and everything.
Burgess Meredith.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. When they did the 5-point set, they kind of got away with the likenesses on some of them, Like you could tell. Like they had like really Frank Gorshin, Julian Newman, but you could it didn't look exactly like them, but you could kind of tell. So.
Why they didn't do Eartha Kitt?
Yeah. I still like Julian. I like her better. All right, solo time. Go. What do you got? Return to shine.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got him.
Who's that?
Some nobody, some bum. I got him. Yeah, guy hanging out by a school. Oh, digital. Yeah, he looks. I'm really happy with him. Like, I like the suit. I like the accessories. I didn't get really much of a chance to mess around with them yet, but they did a great job. Like, if this is the introduction to the Joe's line, it should only get better with time. Like, by the time we get Firefly, I'm excited. I really like them. I'm happy. That's all I got. I haven't played. I really like that medallion, by the way. That little ruby. You don't have to go back on me, but they did a really good job with that little necklace.
No, I'm going to give you your money shot. Let's go.
Right on the neck.
Yeah. Yeah, that medallion is nice, man. They did a good job with it. It's a medallion, not pearl necklace. What are we? 7 minutes. We're good. Safe. All right. Well, I won't do solo because my stuff is really fidgety right now. But I have. Nah, well, I won't do it. I was gonna put Dr. Jones up there, but I have
Dr. Jones.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Same.
Classified version, the better version.
Yeah, I just took the suit off of the Mezco Destro and I put it on him, and this is the ultimate Destro now.
What's your favorite part about him?
I like the weapons, man. They did a really good job with the weapons. You know how like people, I sent that video to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With the rockets, I put the rockets on, and I get what people are saying, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that. But I mean, I sent you guys that video. I don't know if it's everybody else or mine, but like I don't like unless I violently shake this thing like that. But yeah. I don't know. Other than that,
what
for me,
trying to pull off at that point, right?
Well, yeah, for me personally, of course it happens again, but I didn't stick it in. I didn't stick it in all the way. But do you know what I mean? Like if you're just posing it like that, and if it stays,
yeah,
what are you really going to be doing with? I don't know. This just doesn't bother me.
What's your favorite?
Right there. I'm sorry. Favorite part. CC did say my favorite part of this is the weapons, and it's the the accessory, the briefcase, and then the SMG. How they have those, like how you have different combinations, but it looks like a handgun. You can make other combinations. I love the suitcase a lot. I thought that the laptop computer, you can't tell here. Yeah, but I thought the stickers, because somebody took a picture of it. I'm like, oh, they got, they had to scale it down and the details weren't going to be there. But when you look at it head on, it looks like a computer. Not, you know what I mean? There's more detail than I thought. And then the light up stuff is cool. And then this big gun. It's the weapons, like I was saying. But I didn't know if the clip was going to be removable, so I was messing around with it. And I pulled it out, and then it does, And then I like how they painted the bullets. You're not going to be able to see it, but just the attention to details on it, man. It's a solid, dude. Like you said, it's a solid figure, and I'm looking forward to see what else they do with it because I think this thing is nice.
What head sculpt are you going to be rocking?
I can't decide. The cheesing thing is pretty cool, but I can't decide. I thought when I first got it, the head sculpt that looks like the neutral one. I was like, they gave me 2 of the same head sculpts. And I was like, oh no, there's just like, it's raised on the eyes. It's like that. I like this one better. The Dr. Doom kind of looking one. You can't.
Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I like that one better than this one. All it is really just the eyebrows, but he looks more robotic here. I like it. I like the offering, man. It's good. I'm not too sure what. For me, it's good. That's what I got. Look at that. My phone's on. Hooray. Hooray. Let me take a little hiatus here for a second. So, good show tonight. Just show me what you got but for Top Cons, got some good topics to talk about. Of course, we're gonna do some news and notes, just regular stuff, what's charging, what's coming, and stuff like that. Weathering the storm. That's gonna be just with the overabundance of stuff that we're getting.
Appropriate.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of comments and posts about people saying, and it's cool, it's refreshing to see people say, you know what, it's just too much. I can't afford it. It seems like people are more using that logic now instead of saying that sucks and everything else. And then we got MonkeyKing Around. That's with the Mythic Legion's Sun King. I'll let you guys handle that. I know a little bit about it, not too much. And then we'll do pitch meeting. I like pitch meetings. So
they had a Mythic Legion drop?
Yeah, sure they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the what is it? The Figure Obscura, right?
Yeah,
I believe that's the correct pronunciation.
Hopefully, I'm not getting crucified in the comments.
I couldn't tell that there was a drop this weekend on the Facebook groups. It was weird.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
Yeah, I didn't have 1,000 monkey pictures on my newsfeed.
There's a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. But I digress. So we'll do that. We already get through that. You might be asking yourself, Paige, why are you doing this shit? It's because it's easier for me to timestamp stuff this way. So there's always a reason for something. So there's the notes. First off, the naughties. Yay. This is not today. Okay, just so you know. But we got charge notifications, just going backwards to go forwards. We got charge notification for the crew builder set. Ate up a lot of my money. Then it moved to the shipping queue. I don't think anybody has actually. Anybody has actually gotten shipping notification for this officially. It just moved to the shipping queue. Like I said, they did charge, so nobody's got this in hand. And I think the biggest takeaway from this that I'm really interested in seeing is how they handled the peg leg. I think we kind of talked about this before, but I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he was like, "What? What are you saying?" And I was like, "Well, because they sell them in sets of 2, right?
Right.
So, and the heads are interchangeable. So maybe I'm not explaining this. So if I'm not, please let me know. So you got 2 of these guys, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, these 2 are the same. These 2 are the same, right? So you're going to get these 2. Let's say you get these 2, right? If you need a crew of 4, what you would do is you would buy 2 sets so you can have 4 of them, right?
Wrong. Not with that one.
Yeah. I was trying to explain it to a friend, and he just didn't understand what I was saying. I was like, I need a picture to kind of show you. So, but my biggest thing with this is trying to figure out how they're going to do it, because this was back then, and they actually kind of floated that by them. Because I was, can you guys clarify that? Go, oh, we're still kind of working on it right now. But so you have 2 of these and 2 of these, and so if you bought, this is 1 set, this is 2 set, technically you would still have 1 with a peg leg. So you would pretty much have to buy, 3 sets, 4 sets.
You'd have to get 3 in order to make 4 figures.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have to have 2 guys with peg legs.
Yeah, and then it gets into a thing like, hey, bro, you're copying my style. But I have a theory. So either you do have to buy these sets and they get you like they got Paige, because I bought quite a few, or this it's showing up, right? Is it? Yeah. Okay, good. Or this peg leg, it's removable, and hopefully there's just a boot switch option. Because I don't think anything was really specified in the product description, but hopefully you can just take this off and the boot just goes on there, and then you got your 2 members, and then if your other set, you'd have your peg leg guy. So it wasn't just me just making, right? The peg leg would be Superman strap boots revealed. Would be like Superman boots that revealed today. Oh, good catch. I only say that because when I read the product description the day that it went up for pre-order, it did not specify that. There was something in there about the leg, but it did not say if it was removable. So, whatever, I have tossed in the unannouncement items before. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we got for that. I figured I would float that by you and see if I was just being insane. See, because this is what you got. And I don't see any boots. So, Bokeem will buy them. Also, did you guys order the Naughty Crew or no?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm lying. I did. I got this waitlist for Death Adder. That actually came through, and that started shipping out. So you should be getting that. It was up for pre-order again. It opened up, but then it's waitlisted now. So sorry, the news is a little bit late. And then I saw this. I was wondering what you guys thought about this. They keep teasing these little Intel command things. Have you guys been keeping up with this?
Yeah, I saw that one. And man, I please no time soon. You know what will happen is they're going to announce that and the Vintage Collection Star Wars Ghost Rebel ship at the same time. And then I'll be forced to decide which one of those 2 am I going to support.
Which one would you support?
Oh, man, I don't know. Ghost. Honestly, I would probably... Well, I don't know. I would probably have to go with the Vintage Collection one just because of size. I can only imagine, once again... Well, but still, the Ghost is a good-sized ship, so I know there might not be any right answer there.
Interesting.
I am going to be starting a GoFundMe, so everyone should be looking out for that.
That's the way to toy collect now. Yeah. So this, I like this. It's cool because it's playing on the characters, it's showing the staff and stuff like that, and it's it's kind of like the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is this guy on his phone? He called him too. Yeah, but it's kind of like behind the scenes. Yeah, he's like, oh crap. It's supposed to be a support call.
See, it says Zartan in the bottom.
Yeah, I kept thinking. I kept thinking to myself, as it's close to Haslap Time, right? And so obviously they're trying to like prep for this, and so I was going to talk to you guys about that, like because everything is dropping. Not only from, obviously it depends on what lines you collect, right? But it just seems like everybody's putting out stuff and everybody's charging for stuff. So it's a little overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
I know for a lot of people. And even if you're well off, I think it is starting to catch up with some people. So Haslap Time is about to come up again. What do you guys think, because the way things are going, what do you think a sweet spot for Haslap pricing for vehicles? Because I know it all depends on what it is, who it's for, what it comes with. But do you think, is there a sweet spot or a cap that Haslap vehicles should be?
I'm thinking that anything that's going to be talking about like a tank or something like that, or something similar to the Hiss, it's going to have to be right around the $300 range. I think when you start talking 4 and 5, I think you're out of folks' budget. I think a lot of people can kind of talk themselves into 3. I think when you start talking 4, I think it's kind of start pushing it because that's kind of what the Thunder Tank I think was 400 plus 50 shipping. That price seemed to get a lot of pushback for something even that size, you know.
Yeah.
So I think they got to stay under 325 in order for whatever they're doing in the Haslab to stand a chance.
Yeah.
The Razor Crest was 350, so I could assume that Ghost is going to be 350 minimum, if that's what they do.
Oh, my heart just skipped a beat.
I know.
But, yeah, but you see how it all starts. Like, I know each line is separate, and I don't know if they communicate. I would think Hasbro would, right? I would think that they would go, "Hey, what are you guys putting out?" You know, and it doesn't become a pissing contest like it seemed like it did in the past. Oh, we got the His Tank coming out. Oh yeah, well guess what? We got the Spirits of Vengeance coming out. Oh, what are you guys charging? We're doing this. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know, because they're in competition. Because most people that collect Hasbro, they collect Star Wars or they check Joe's or Marvel Legends, right?
Yeah.
So if you're dropping 3 of these high-priced items, I would think it would help if they had communication. But just like anything, like we talk about, money and size, that's what's coming into play.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was cleaning out some of my stuff the other day, and I was looking at it, and it would be cool to have a vehicle, but I'm thinking, you know, what would you want and where would it go? Seriously, it's getting to a point now.
Yeah.
What was it? The Batwing from McFarlane, that was 250.
Yeah.
That's a pretty basic piece of plastic.
Yeah. I just, man, it just seems like
it no light up feature or anything, does it? That Batwing, it didn't have any type of a sound or anything, right?
No.
The Ghost was going to go between 500 and 600. Jesus Christ!
Who said that?
Hopefully
it's not somebody with good resource.
Yeah, Yak Face.
Ah, well, that might be what saves me because I can't look for a house at $500.
Yeah, it gets to
box.
Like I was saying, like somebody had mentioned this, and I was just thinking, I go, it's cool, but
it's big.
Yeah, it's gonna be big, man. That's a 6-inch figure you're putting in here.
And look in the front when you got 2 6-inch figures like laying down.
Yeah. I know this is like the genie in the bottle thing. I know we've all been talking about this before. Vehicles, we want vehicles. And it seems like it's slowly registered and they're like, okay, let's push them out. They had some success. Any company, it doesn't have to be one. You know, because now third-party companies do it. But I think now it's getting to a point where it's like, oh crap. I have a lot of vehicles, man. And it's almost like I almost kind of triaged them. And I go, what ones can I put in the garage and feel okay if something happened and got messed up? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm not putting Galactus in there. I'm not putting the Sentinel in there. Yeah, I was just like, I put most of the Bratz cars in there. You know, because I got the Bratz cars but when you start pumping out nostalgic product like this, you're like, man, I like that. I don't think I would. It looks cool. I'd love to have it, but I wouldn't do it just because of how much it would probably cost. Smaller stuff, maybe. You know, like I think they do good with buggies and motorcycles and stuff like that. You know,
there's Sergeant Slaughter's tank. That would be a good one.
Yeah, that's a perfect one. It's small. It's iconic. It fits within the stuff and with the trouble bubbles. I saw some guy who's like, yeah, man, give us the Sky Striker. I'm like, oh my God, no, man, what do you
right?
Or the whale. That was a huge one too when we were kids.
Oh yeah. And we joke about it all the time here too, like the Terradrome, somebody just have it in your living room.
What was the space shuttle called? The Conquest or
no, it was God, what was that thing? Space Life or something? Well, I know which one you're talking about.
Or you had it.
Oh man. It was I can't think of the name of that thing now.
Somebody in the comments remembers what the G.I. Joe spaceship was. The
Discover? I can't remember.
Mario's probably got 2 of them. One brand new in the box, packed in a closet.
Yeah, but it just comes to that. Like I said, I think it's good. Like I just ordered the Ramen Racer. But when they announced this, I got excited, but then I started thinking, I go, I don't know where I would put something really big. Maybe if they kind of scale it down a little bit.
Defiant. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, more money coming up. Yeah. Superman recovery suit. Pre-order went up today.
It did?
Yeah, it did. Recovery suit. Now, before we start this, I need to acknowledge two things. Okay. So I have absolutely no prior knowledge or attachment to this character.
Yeah. You didn't read that arc when you were a kid?
I did not.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm saying this because I think a lot of times in collecting, people don't like to admit that they don't know something. Like they don't know something about a character or figure. And I think after what I saw today in the groups, which was very good, I think it was cool because I like to learn things. And with offerings and things like this start happening, you get to learn things from other people. People were like networking in the groups and they were sharing information. And there's a lot of really good untapped knowledge by people that collect the line, not only the line, but comics. So,
did you read Doomsday?
I did not. I like Superman. I wasn't a huge fan, man.
So you want to know a fun fact about Superman? The Doomsday arc? I don't know if you guys know this or not. Probably do. So when they created the Doomsday storyline, as the story went, they got less panels per page, and then in the final issue, The Death of Superman, each page was just one panel. So it was, started like 10 panels or whatever per page, and then 9, then 8, then 7. I can't remember what it was, but a lot of amazing art, and the iconic shot from the that's coming up here when you go through the pics.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through. I just want to make sure I say that because I saw some guys I saw some comments in the group, and it's nothing bad. It's just you could just tell which people they don't know anything about the character. Like some guy said, oh, he was never in a black suit. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, dude, I'm not a fan. I didn't even know this. So that's like, just pump the brakes with trying to shit on stuff like right off the bat. Just hold on for a second. Man. Like, just
when did he ever have hair?
Just like sit back and
he had the mullet.
Yeah, just watch. Yeah, I was surprised somebody didn't say about that.
And Lois, she made the comment when he returns in that suit and she's rubbing her fingers through her hair. She's like, I love the hair now. Keep it.
Yeah.
Reign of Superman.
Yeah. But I just like that. I like seeing people sharing different things with people that didn't know, because I didn't know. And hearing some of the stuff, I was like, man, this is really cool. But I also really like seeing people, like you could see genuine, not see it, but you could actually feel it, like genuine excitement for this release. There was some fans out there and they were like, oh crap. And they were talking about Easter eggs and everything else like that. But it was just really cool. I mean, did you guys get that kind of like sense from the group, or because it just seemed like it was more, the consensus was that this was a good offering.
Yes. Seemed like the Superman fans are really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So, the first one that I'm showing you right now, this photo, this is the Mezco Con reveal. Okay. Just take this in really quick. We do little dives on this kind of stuff. So taking this in, probably the things you really notice about is the suit, because that was the biggest thing. So here, I did it right this time. Bam. We're not scrolling through 8 pictures, but you can see there's a huge difference. Obviously, sculpt and paint wise, you can kind of tell that this looks like it was something like, it's a little bit more of hard plastic. This, it looks like kind of like what we've gotten with regular Superman. And then everybody noticed the suit part. That was probably the biggest thing, The biggest thing was the suit. And
so good.
It is, man. So this is what we got. The suit, and then you also have 3 different expressions. What was the thing? So this is regular release, $95, $23.75. It comes out January, March. Was it 2024? That would be next year. And this looks like it's part of the, I guess, the next year lineup. You know, we just had a pre-order that was actually projected for next year. So this will be the second one. It was Iron Man, and then we got this one. One of the things that I noticed that I was going to ask you guys about, or talk to you guys about, was I don't think that they get a lot of credit for the expressions. You remember how they used to have it where people would get on to them about the teeth? And now we got expressions. I know this is a bad blow up, but now we got these, and the teeth look, I mean, I think the teeth look great.
Yeah.
I did have some in-show props, but I couldn't jump over all the shit that was in my room. But I went through last night and I checked. This is really nerdy. All of my figures that have this type of material, and I didn't have any issues with all of them. It's not like an excuse for them. I did, dude. I saw people talking about deterioration, and I get it. I know there's a lot of factors that come into play. You know, there's how much you pose it, how long you leave it in that pose, how much you handle it, where you stay at, you know, what's the humidity or the climate or environmental control that's in there. You know, I try to keep all that stuff kind of safe. And I'm going to keep saying this. I don't care what anybody says. You guys keep putting that junk under those lights all day. You can't tell me that those lights, those LED lights, don't have any effect on that stuff. Because all I see is the people that keep them up in these displays, and they're like, my shit's deteriorating. And I dug out all my figures yesterday, and I looked, especially at the older ones, like Mutant Leader and all those. I was like, there's nothing wrong with this. I wanted to bring them on camera, but like I said, I couldn't volley over the shit that I had in my room.
I wanted to use a black shiny material similar to the suit in the most recent Superman. Kind of that real silky. Well, we always got to remember this is just a prototype, you know. So, you know, between now and then, this costume material might change 2 or 3 more times.
Like shrink the emblem down and.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're very good about putting that on there too. But man, this is what they were talking about with the boots.
The Eradicator.
Yeah,
dude, I think you would really enjoy that whole run page. We'll talk about it later, obviously.
No, well, maybe not everybody knows, but like, just what's a quick synopsis of this?
Of this whole thing, Superman.
Put him on the spot.
About the recovery suit. Well, I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Let's say Superman dies, obviously, and then the recovery suit.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Anybody who didn't read this doesn't know.
Son of a bitch! I was in my reading list this week. What are you doing?
The funeral for a friend. They had a big story arc with that, and then his body came up missing, and then 4 Supermen appeared, and then this guy comes out of nowhere claiming to be the 5th Superman. And he's got this black suit and no power. So, but as Mario said, the black suit helps capture the solar energy because Batman's like a solar battery. Or I mean, Superman. Sorry, Batman. But Superman's like a big solar battery. So
it's just like a sauna sweatsuit or something like that. It helps accelerate stuff.
It's his gray sweatpants that he kicks it around at, you know, Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have any connection with this character. I don't know anything about it, but it makes me want, like, seeing some of this stuff and seeing, you know, hearing you talk about it and seeing other people talk about it. I was like, man, I already threw it in my reading queue. I'm like, let me look at this stuff and, you know, try to find, there's just so many characters, so many comics. But this looks to me, I mean, for me, it looks really good. And this, I mean, we were talking about this. I mean, what's your thoughts with that? This just opens up a bunch of possibilities.
As I told you in the comments earlier, you guys, this alone, that image that they showed with, you know, where it's actually flying, that's what sold me on it immediately. Like, I didn't even care about the figure or anything. It was just something that really brings out like that time in my life reading this story. It was one of those that you don't forget.
Is it because you think that they're alluding to another character?
Oh God, I hope so. But Cory knows.
Well, what character would this be?
Doomsday. Holy shit! Throw my wallet at him if they made a Doomsday.
Now, would you want this? I'm trying to think of big characters that they put out just recently. Just regular plastic, or do you want Polystone?
I wouldn't need Polystone. I think they could save the Polystone. I just need him to be big. Like, they can't cheap out on the size. If they're gonna do Doomsday, you got to go big.
Not like
big or don't go at all.
Bigger than Bluto. Like, honestly, like
it's got to be like Storm Collectibles Bane size.
Yes.
It kind of makes a great point. Like, and I need to make sure I clarify, because somebody will send me pictures and stuff of how their stuff deteriorated. Like I said, it all depends on how much you play with your figure, what you do with your figure, how long you leave it in there, and what the conditions are. You know, I know my situation is different. You know, I handle and I do stuff with my stuff differently than other people do. But this material, that's another thing too. Like, even if you look at some of the stuff like Kyoto said with Ultraman, this kind of looks like that material. I was making a joke about the S. I go, I wonder how many people are going to buy this just to take the S off, paint it, and put it on the other one.
Looks pretty cool.
It does. I was hoping that this was magnetic and it just comes off. And then, you know, maybe you could take it and put it on the other one. Anyway, we always get the boots, guns, Eradicator glasses. What about this? I know you were hyped about this too, right?
Yeah. The Cyborg Superman head. That's one of the four Supermen that returned. Oh, that would be great if they brought him too. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm just excited thinking about it. Superboy.
Good, man. Yeah.
The Superboy. Did you watch the animated, at least, the Death and Return of Superman? There's I think it might even be on HBO Max right now.
Yeah, it is. I bought it. I haven't watched it yet.
You should.
I did. They had a DCU.
It's not as comic accurate, but it's good. You'll get a lot of it from that.
Yeah, I saw this and I thought it was really cool. Overall, not just because of everything involved, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, just wait till we get it in hand. But I like seeing some of the changes that they made from last year to this year. I think that's something else that gets lost a lot of times with companies, and when they show even like the Hiss tank. You know, sometimes I feel so bad. Sometimes they're just messing with that thing, and you could tell they're just like, "Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break on camera." You know, because you have the wave of the internet going, "Oh, I'm not going to buy this." So, but I think it helps to show these pictures like this, because this looks really good, man.
Superman's packing some heat too.
Yeah, look at that.
That's
yeah. Look at that.
Coast City.
And I'm interested in this. I was wondering what all this was about. I was like,
that's very. Gotta watch it, dude, or read it. That's great.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how, like, this suit. I know, looking at it, you could tell there's parts obviously that are shopped, but
there it is.
We got. I snagged this from Love of the Game in the group. Thank you. Yeah, interesting.
Superboy has a black leather jacket in that run with like a Superman logo on the back of it.
Yeah.
It would look good too.
Cece, what do you think about this gun stuff?
What's that?
What do you think about the gun stuff? Like, when they started, I was like, he's packing heat, but they automatically showed it, you know, as opposed to the weapons mandate that they had before.
Yeah.
Where they were selling separate packs of stuff. And now you got it. It's just openly, like, I wonder if it just applies to sci-fi weapons. What do you think?
Yeah, I would imagine that that's like the early classified approach, right? If you just make them look, you know, laser gun enough, then they can't really be looked at as like real weapons.
I noticed they don't advertise it as such. Kryptonian issued weapons. They don't say guns or anything.
Yeah.
That way, if the weapons police comes, they go, no, it's a solar water converter that just say something so people don't get on to them about that. It says it's adult toys.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, this obviously garnered a lot of good energy in the groups, but I did have a hot take today, so bear with me. You guys ready?
Just one?
I know. It's like, Paige, you one hot take. Yeah. There's very few things on the internet that I'll look at and I'll go, you know what? This person doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. This was one of them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this was one of them. I know I'm catching you guys off guard with this, but
it's tough to narrow down one often.
Yeah. But I saw this and I was like, I wanted to slap this person hard in the face.
Do it.
You don't deserve a fist, you deserve a slap. This guy. Now, I don't want to be in my feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in my feelings. So I need you guys to calm me down, talk me through this.
Yeah.
And I need you to either solidify what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or have me think otherwise. There's no way that Monster Squad is better than Goonies.
Goonies is a classic. Nobody's ever said I gotta watch Monster Squad. Goonies is a classic.
Okay, so the consensus is that I've seen Monster Squad, watched it over again. Wolfman's got nards.
Yeah.
But come on. Better than Goonies?
Yeah.
Better than Goonies?
It's not better than Goonies, but it definitely resonates a lot for me.
It's 2-1. Are you saying it's better?
No. I'm saying it's really good though. If Goonies wasn't made, this would be the movie that you tell people they got to watch it.
Yeah, they're the monsters and everything. I really like that. I have a secret thing for Van Helsing too. It's pretty good. I'm not saying it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Cece, what do you got? No?
Yeah. No, I'm with you guys on this one. I loved Goonies. Goonies, I think, is just terrific. And it holds up pretty well over time, too. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Monster Squad, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been
there's just so much about it.
I've seen Monster Squad. I don't think. Yeah. That movie just never even crossed my mind.
I was watching it recently, and there's obviously some harsher language that they got away with on a PG movie than what they do now.
Yeah.
I feel.
Nards.
Nards?
Like where they're making the kid eat the candy bar at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking about it. I go, I see that. I see Goonies more than I do Monster Squad. I know it was just a joke, with them. It's just to cause traction and stuff like that. But my initial reaction was, just slap you first. You don't deserve a closed fist.
That's just looking to get an argument. That's a troll right there, though, if they're saying that.
So, weathering the storm. Yeah. So this is what we're currently at right now. Yeah, we got Ultraman. This is just the Q2 stuff. This is not for the whole year. I'll just do that at the end of the year. I like doing that, but this is just to kind of give people a heads up because there is a lot of stuff coming that's projected, and it has not changed. So if you haven't seen this before, this is what's supposed to come in the next Q2. So Q2, I go by 3 months. So what's it, January, March, April, May, June, right? April, May, June. So this is all the stuff that's supposed to be coming within that time frame. These latter ones that kind of like pans out. I still have a feeling this one and I'm gonna go with this one. That's a solid. I think 1 or 2 of these might
assume that anything that says May that hasn't been pushed back yet is more than likely coming real soon.
This is a big set. I'm trying to think of what else. The rest of these are kind of like they're lower priced, except for Leatherface is a little higher.
Well, if you consider $100 lower price, but
yeah, because
there's no $20
is.
releases on that list. There's none of those.
Yeah, you're right, and because it does it after all of these, it all starts adding up. I think I sent you guys that total for it, and what was it? It was like $1,700. That's only if you bought one of every single figure. Not everybody does that, but it's still, like you said, it adds up. So question for you guys is, because this is starting to pinch, people's pockets. What are you guys doing to adjust? Because it's not just this line, it's other lines like we talked about earlier. What are you guys doing to adjust for the influx of releases? Have you been dropping stuff? Have you just kind of been saying, forget it and just go?
I've been very, very selective, with what I've been pre-ordering, and really making myself choose. Because, there's a few of the ramen things I have going on right now that I'm trying to decide on still. Ramen Racer, I passed on. I didn't do it. As bad as I wanted one, I didn't do it.
Right.
I'm still looking at that Gull Wing thing that they got announced. Those 80s Commanders, they got one of those on pre-order. So, that's what I've done is I've just really tried to focus on what am I realistically, do I consider a must-have, and what's going to just sit in a box. Because I got a lot of that stuff still. Like I said, I just opened this. It took me 8 months to get to it. So, it's time to start being a little more realistic and taking a more realistic approach. Yeah.
Really quick. So, Loco asked about the Fantastic Four. Like I said, this list is just the Q2 list. So it goes from, like I said, April, May, June. Fantastic Four, that's projected for July to August. As much as I'd like to throw that one in there and pay even more money, I'm actually happy it's kind of off to the side.
You don't want more than one of those 3-packs in a quarter. I wouldn't think. You'd almost hope they wouldn't do that to folks, man.
Yeah. And this has been mentioned before too. You guys got to remember, was it April, May, June, right? I got to remember that. April, May, June. July is San Diego. So not only are we starting with July, September, October, those releases, which are quite a few, I'm telling you, San Diego, they have an exclusive. They've always had an exclusive, except for that one weird year, where it came out a couple weeks afterwards or before.
Yeah.
But they're going to have an exclusive. It's their summer, whatever they want to call it this year. MezcoCon, sometimes it's the summer, it got rebranded, but they're going to have an exclusive.
Let's hope it's a Living Dead doll.
Wow. I'm sure they'll have that, but I mean, they had Eradicator, and I know not a lot of people were on that, but they had 5 points, and I still think that they're just coming out of this stuff, but I'm pretty sure, the rate they're going, they're probably getting stuff, and they're like, you know what, let's do something.
Yeah.
So, MC, what do you think, about how are you dealing with the influx? Do you?
I've dropped a couple lines and cherry picking others right now, honestly. It's space is a commodity, and of course too, it's not like I'm, we all have a finite amount of money. So, and now I'm starting, it's just, they're just hitting us. I mean, Iron Man's still up for pre-order, or Silver Century. Was it Silver Century?
Yeah. He's still up for pre-order right now too.
Yeah, we got hit with this a week later, and it just keeps going.
And then that Chucky doll before that. Just kidding.
Yeah, we got 2 of those.
So, do you guys have spending limits? Do you say, like, this month I'm only going to spend this much?
Let me look and see where my wife is.
Yes, I am a financially responsible adult.
Yeah, $20 a month.
Yeah, I don't say anything. It's my money, but when the questions start rolling in, how much was that? Oh, only 100. Oh, how many? She becomes like the.
But I used points. I
got it from a gift from Cory.
Yeah.
So, but you guys, do you have a budget or no? Is this too personal? Just let me know.
No, not really, honestly. If I like it, I buy it.
I try to make myself stick to a budget, but I haven't been successful thus far.
In the history of ever.
Yeah.
I started with the best of intentions, man. But when I like something, unless I just absolutely can't afford it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go in debt to get it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, most of the times I find ways.
I don't put things on credit cards. So
No, I don't do that. I'll save. I'll save like if I want to go out and get something to eat or something, I'll go, nah, I'll skip it this time and I'll throw that into my second account.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, just stuff like that. Or I'll take at least $10 or $20 a week and I always put it into my savings. And then I know it's savings and you're like, why are you putting it in there? I already put, you know, a bulk money in there in the first when I get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'll take extra, I'll put it in there and I keep like a little subtotal. And then that's my toy budget. But then there's certain things that'll happen, like you guys know. Oh, there's only one of these that I can find. Do I buy this now? Because if I buy it now, it's this price. I'll do some research, and if it's too expensive or something like that, I'm like, oh crap, this is just gonna go up. Then I'll take the hit, but I just carry over that. You know, it's like you can't buy this or you can't do this. But there's just so much coming. And then my New Year's resolution was, you guys know, I saw a lot of other people saying it too, was I was just going to do PayPal and I was going to pay it right off. Well, that got blown out of the water already. I didn't do that with Iron Man or this one. And
you know the next one.
Yeah. And Love of the Game had a good point too. I have done this, the PayPal in 4. I have done that with a couple of releases, just not with the Mezco releases. But I'll start doing that because it's almost like delayed layaway, you know? Yeah. Remember layaway?
All too well.
You're gonna put Cory in a shock right now. Don't say that word.
All too well.
But you could do that, and then it's almost like you did pay for it, and then you just kind of forget it. I don't know. So here's a good question for you. Hopefully it's a good question. So you could talk to yourself right when you were going to start collecting. What advice would you give yourself? What would you tell yourself about what not to do as you started collecting? It's your year one self. What advice?
I tell myself to pick a line.
Just
pick
one line
and stay in your lane. Yeah, pick one, because I've done so much of over the years. I don't know. There's probably been as many as 7 or 8 lines at a time that I'll collect. And then I just end up with so many things that I just don't literally have the time to even mess with. So if I could go back and start collecting all over again, I think I would try to just focus more and try to stay out of some of this other stuff.
Yeah.
If possible. I don't know if I could do that. Past me would probably never even listen to future me anyway. I don't think it would work.
You're crazy. Shut up.
Yeah, it's crazy. This thing's fantastic. I gotta have it.
I thought you'd be smarter in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's already kind of weird. I've told you guys before how, you know, when I bought my very first action figure as an adult, it was a Black Series that was on clearance. Because at that point, you know, I thought a $20 toy. I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for an action figure. That's ridiculous, right? All the time I'd be like, I'm not buying that. You know, I'm not doing it. And then I got that first Black Series. I think it was $12 for that Han and Tauntaun set from GameStop. Was the first one I bought. And then, man, that just opened the floodgates. And then when I got my first Mezco on a waffle, that really, really changed collecting for me.
Because of how you got it, or was it because just the line?
Well, I was never willing to pay $80 to $100 for a figure at that point.
Yeah,
because I just couldn't imagine it being worth it, right? But then when I got one on a raffle, I think it was like $5, right? And then I got that what was it, Sovereign Knight Batman or something like that? I think it was my very first one. And there was no turning back. I'm like, man, this thing is freaking awesome. I'll have to have another one. And then my wallet's never been the same since.
What about MC? What about you? What would you tell your Your younger, more impressionable self.
Marvel Legend waves to do a Build-A-Figure. Release the Build-A-Figure and wait till they go on clearance if you're going to. How many times did you get caught last year, Paige? Like at that end of the year clearance stuff, where I'm like, oh, by the way, I made 2 weeks ago. Here it is for $4.
I made some bad purchases like that. I honestly thought, what was it? Those the White Tigers?
Yeah,
those guys. I remember I bought 5 of those things, and I sent you guys that Amazon clearance. How it was down to like what, $7 or $6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you. I think you said it right. When I first started collecting, they weren't selling Build-A-Figures, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did, you were paying. To me, you were paying the same amount that you would be close to what you would be paying for with just getting the wave. So I was like, this doesn't make sense. I was like, this person is going to be making money off me, and I don't get the figures. Like,
yeah,
I'll just get rid of the figures I don't want. But now you can pretty much get on and buy whatever the figure is for like $60-$70, and some of those waves you're like, I'd rather. But yeah, a lot of that Marvel Legends stuff. I keep sending that stuff to you guys. Like, it's constantly. It's like, boy, I'm like $12. Come on, man, $10. Shuri, you remember we were talking about Shuri, CC, and we're like, oh man, and it was like, what was it, like $30 when it came out, and then since you guys that thing, it was like $11.
Yeah,
Ironheart is another one that dropped. The Target exclusive Ironheart or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it tanked like right away, like down to half the price.
Yeah, and they're good figures. Like I like personally. I don't know if maybe because I'm not as invested in Marvel Legends. Like when I look at those figures, I still go back to the same thing. I remember Misty Knight. That was my first Marvel Legends, and I thought that was okay. The eyes were weird, but when I hold that figure up and I look at something like Ironheart, I'm like, wow, they've come a long way. Like I remember watching all the content creators and how they would jump on the Marvel Legends team when they were at the cons and stuff, like double joints. When are you going to give us double joints for females? And I'm in and out of the line now, but I looked at one the other day. I go, wow, she's got double joints.
Yeah.
Painless. No, most of them.
Oh, yeah. That was something. That stuff, it's come a long way. And I think, how long have I been collecting? For a while. But, I mean, they've all improved. I like seeing that, though. If they were giving us the same stuff now, I could see it being a problem. Charging money for stuff that you gave 9 or 10 years ago, but the paint apps, the digital scans, and all that stuff on those faces and everything, it's so much better now. So
it'd be easier to walk away from if they did, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I could quit any moment if I wanted to. Yeah, but not now. It just gets better.
I hate seeing some of them, especially on sale. I'll look at it and I go, God, I'm still missing, like, I have 3 of those figures in my cart. One of them I'm about to pull the trigger on, but it's the Bone Breaker wave. I need Siren, Maggot, and another character I'm not getting interested in. Havoc. Is it Havoc? Yeah. Those are the last 3 I need to make Bone Breaker. And Siren's like $14, and I keep putting her into my cart, and then I take her out. But it's, and then I keep thinking, I'm not going to play with
you need to go ahead and buy it, so they'll go ahead and announce the one I can get for $45.
Yeah. Yeah, they're smart. They're doing that stuff now. It's like,
Have you looked to buy just the pieces individually, like on eBay or anything like that?
Yeah, but I get. I'll look at it and I go, this guy wants $5. This is $10. This is $14, and I add it up, and I'm like, I would, if I just get the wave, I would have the figures too, and then if I want, I could just sell the figures. You know, I don't need them, but because I'm only interested in the BAF. I like them selling BAFs later. You know, you're selling it for $40. I would much rather buy that. I get the whole, collecting all of them and everything. Some of that stuff's kind of lost, don't you think? I remember seeing videos, guys would go out to all these stores And it was cool. They're hunting around. They're trying to find these figures so they can make it.
Yeah.
That stuff's lost and gone now.
It is.
You know, so I guess I'm part of a newer generation. Like, I'd much rather them say, okay, here's the Build-A-Figure, and bam, now I don't have to buy those other figures. What's the average cost of a wave now? It's like 100 and...
Are they 25 or 26 a piece? 28?
Yeah, $25 a piece. Got 6 figures, about 150.
Yeah, 150, 160, as opposed to 40 for me. I mean, I know that there's characters in there that you'll probably want, but most of the time I really don't want all of them. That's just me. Yeah. But I'm just like, I'd rather just pay the $40.
Shitty figures that they've released that you have to get to complete a BAF, like Living Laser and just some really crappy.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. They're just super obscure Marvel characters that don't deserve a figure. But then again, I guess it's getting the 10th Wolverine or 12th Thor from that in the last year and a half.
Yeah. Some of them I like. Some of them I kind of like because they're kind of weird. Like, there's something about Mach 1. I don't know what it is. It's a cool looking character. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, but a little off topic. Here we go. MonkeyKing Around. So, word is through the grapevine. Again, I will display my lack of knowledge about a line. And from what I understand, Mythic Legions, was this a plan dropped? Like, do people know about this? Obviously, I know that there's insiders that know, and then there's people that kind of have an idea of some of the stuff that happens. But was this something known?
I think they sent an email like 3 days in advance.
Okay.
It was a little bit of notice, but not like financial planning notice. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where they gave you a little bit of a heads up, but you'd probably rather know 2 weeks in advance if you're trying to plan money rather than day before payday in advance.
And they didn't tell us who it was at first either. It was just like those pictures of those scrolls.
That's true. It was just a tease. Yeah, there was going to be a drop. You didn't know how much or who.
Do you think some of this stuff is taken out of it now? Like, it's taken out of collecting, like, because everything's so instantaneous, and so like people want things to be transparent that there is really no surprise. You know how we speculate about stuff like SDCC and stuff like that. Like, if you just knew, it would just take out the surprise about everything. Like, it just seems like a lot of people just, like, as soon as the idea is there, they want to know about it right then and there. There's no surprises at all.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way, or is it?
I have mixed feelings about it because, when they tell you something's coming, you would like to know if I need to really be worried about it or not. You know what I mean? Like, I would kind of want to know in advance. Like, I'm not interested. I can eat lunch today. I don't have to worry about saving my money for tomorrow. But at the same time, it does that was a big reveal on Saturday. And, everybody was obviously talking about it. And I don't know how many pictures I had to scroll past of MonkeyKing throughout the day. So they obviously marketed it, and it built the hype. It really did. Yeah. I mean, had they just announced that 3 days in advance, I don't think it would have had the same launch. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, did you? I don't remember if we really talked too much about it. What were I heard a lot of things about speculation of what it could be. People are saying, oh, it's a pirate, because of the scrolls. And what was there anything you were expecting it to be, perhaps, besides the MonkeyKing?
I had no idea. I like that group because I can go in there and I like looking at other things and seeing what works in certain groups, what doesn't work, and how other companies market things. And so I'm in and out of there. I'm not a hardcore person. I mean, the only reason why I saw this was because it got so much traction. So I didn't know there was going to be a drop, and I didn't know what it was going to be. But the thing is, I'll look at stuff and I'll read it, Like, I don't like this when this came out, that everybody's like, how it was oh, it's a monkey. It's a monkey. And I'm like, okay, well, why did they choose a monkey? And I was trying to see, what the logic was behind it because I saw different stuff about it, and not to try to get into it too much, because I feel like an outsider talking about it. I just saw it and I was like, oh, it's a cool concept. It's something different. I guess I'm a little bit different. I don't need to see the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about a lot of reuse of what these companies do, and when something comes out that's different or it's innovative or it opens up the door to what we talked about with the show with like Superman. I didn't know anything about that. When it opened up the door to find out about something new, I kind of embrace it. I like it because it keeps collecting conversation fresh. If they would have, Pirate would have been cool, but if they would have put out I'm generalizing.
Mm-hmm.
They put out some knight or some orc or ogre or whatever they put out, you would have had a bunch of people, So I didn't have any expectations, and I thought it was refreshing to see them do something different. Yeah. I'm assuming this is different because I haven't seen it from them.
I know there's been a lot of people in the Mythic Legions, groups and stuff that have been asking for more of the Asian influenced, type cultures to kind of get brought in. And I have to assume that this kind of helps open the door to that. Now that you got kind of some of this reusable armor and those type of things to where they could, potentially offer samurai and other type of figures to kind of fit in there, later on. So I thought it was pretty cool. I do find it interesting, though, that, we've gotten 2 Sun Wukong figures, within this 8-month period when I can't remember another one any other time. So I just wonder why the popularity all of a sudden.
Did you watch the movie? Oh, sorry. I was asking if you watched the movie Journey into the West at all.
No, I haven't.
It's on Hulu right now. It's based on the book that the character's based from.
Mm-hmm.
Was the movie recently released?
Early 2013-ish, 2010.
So that was a good 10 years ago. And then you've gotten 2 Sun Wukong figures in this last year. I just find it interesting that just all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I saw a post about it. I saw a post about this, and there was some of the consensus I saw was a lot of people were happy with this release. Not just the line people, but there were people from this culture. They were like, "Man, this is really cool." From what I read, again, outsider looking in, from what I read, there seemed like there was a lot of thought and consideration into the design of the figure.
Yeah.
These are comments coming from people, from that extent. Like they were saying, "Oh, you really put time and effort into certain aspects of the figure." Like I said, I'm generalizing because I didn't read every single comment, and I don't know a lot about this stuff. But it was cool to learn that there were people that looked at this figure and they said that there were things that were done respectfully and they were done right.
Look at the details in that thing, though. That's what sold me. I passed on the first drop. Right. MC sent me the link and everything. And I looked at it and I was like, I already got 1 Wukong figure. Do I really need another one? Right. But then I kept looking at it and I was like, man, the details in this thing are just ridiculous, as is most of the stuff they do.
Yeah. And I threw this in my cart. I think it was like $70. Is that what it is? Like the average was $60-$70?
60
plus
shipping.
Plus shipping, tax. They're taxing now, which caught a lot of people by surprise too.
Were they not doing that before? Mm-mm. No, we were in Florida, so I don't pay tax.
Yeah.
Man. I like this. I respect this. It's cool to me. Mm-hmm. I know this is. I don't want to take over this segment. I know this is your guys' segment. So I mean, what are your thoughts on all this? Like,
I bought 2. Such a.
Monkey fighting is illegal in Florida.
I know, right? Well, we have that band of them, the Reese's monkeys that run from Tampa up to Orlando or Ocala or whatever. You ever see them running around?
No, I don't like racist monkeys.
Not racist, Reese's.
Reese's.
No, I've seen wild monkeys before,
Chocolate
like in the wild down here.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Yeah. So you got 2?
I ordered 2. I got a backup for you, Paige, in case you decide you need one.
I was gonna say, you knew I was gonna be like, man, I wish I got that shit.
DM me for price.
I got a sweet deal for you. 120, friends and family.
Plus shipping and tax.
Like, come on, man. I'll just meet you in the parking lot. Yeah, I know, but still, it's gas money.
Sawyer, he runs a good hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the money and walk away. Just walk away.
CC, what do you got on this?
I got the all-in, and then I got another one. So I figured one to open, one to keep in box.
What was the all-in?
I really like these Asian cultured figures.
Mm-hmm.
I've got quite a few of that stuff. I have a hard time passing it up. And it seems to be getting more and more popular, but I really like it. Really like it. So as much as I tried to talk myself out of it, I ended up, not only did I go for it, I went all in, and I just couldn't turn it down. But it just looks too good. And once again, you kind of got to let their track record speak for itself. I've had very few Legions in hand and been underwhelmed.
And so for people that aren't familiar with the line and me, because I looked at it like really quickly, I tried to pull up the pictures, but it said it was sold out. I know it went up twice, but it said it was sold out, so I couldn't put up the other picture, so I just grabbed what I could find. But with the all-in, you got this character, and then you got what other 2 things? It was like, what else?
You got a water bottle. Was it 2 pins? And was there a third thing? I think it was just a water bottle and 2 pins. It was a special gold pin, and then because you could have bought. When I first saw the thing, that you could get a pin and a water bottle for $22. And I was like, well, why is the all-in 90? But I guess because you get a second all-gold pin. So that's what you get for the all-in. I'm assuming no Christmas card. Maybe a Chinese New Year.
Yeah, I got one. I got one with the, what was that? That one guy, the Santa?
Yeah.
I got that one. They didn't sign it, though. They just gave me a card.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought this was going to be personalized. I'm like, I threw it up there with the rest of the cards. Just kidding. So we jumped on this MonkeyKing figure drop. Yes. Yeah, there was a bunch of other, the other version I've seen of this. So I just thought it was interesting, man.
The bendy wire tail is nice. I mean, it maybe will lead to other figures having bendy wires in them.
We've had issues with tails, so it'd be interesting to see if they don't switch it up and do a more flexible tail instead of those hard plastic ones they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff gets lost on these figures, like any company too. Like some of the companies, they try to sneak in some of these little designs so they can incorporate them on other things later.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are more focused on the fact that, oh, they did this and they should have did it. It's like, well, I have to switch to Mezco because I don't want to say it about this and somebody correct me in there. It's like, no, actually the figure obscures. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, dude, I get it. It's like, I totally get it. But like, how we talked about like seamless bodies and maybe they should have done that with Gomez or something, or light up features. They've done like light up features with certain figures and then they implement them like later on.
Yeah.
I think just like with this tail, a lot of times they try certain things and it's their first at go. And then there's a lot of discussion about, oh, they shouldn't have done this, or this was a fail. They should never have tried it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the cape things with Batman. I'm personally glad that they started wiring capes. When they did that Batman that had the drape down cape and the wired cape, I was like, this is perfect. It pleases people that like it and they don't like it.
Yeah.
But you got to let the companies try some of this stuff, because they learn from it. They don't want to keep putting out product that sucks and that people don't like.
And one thing we know about Four Horsemen is that they don't waste tooling. So if you see new stuff on this figure, it's going to come back around somewhere. They're going to reuse it.
Can we? You got me into Four Horsemen, Cory.
You're welcome.
I know, right? We had this discussion earlier, but I thought it would be important to talk about the articulation.
Yes.
Thoughts on a monkey character with 4 horsemen?
I'll be honest, that was my biggest hesitation in buying this figure. Is I do already have the one in the enveloped Yalmo one that's really, really articulated. And anybody that's had Mythic Legions in hand, they look fantastic. They photograph really well. But if you're looking for dynamic poses, they don't pull those off. Like, you got to be creative with your posing and everything. But I don't know. I'm waiting to see. Maybe the joint system in this guy be a little different. I mean, it looks just from the pictures that you're going to get kind of the normal range of motion, which usually falls short of a 90. If you see it there, it's about a 75 maybe in there. So we'll see where it goes. Maybe without that armor in the way, it looks like that joint might go a little further.
It's soft goods, huh?
It's hard to imagine, well, it's definitely not double jointed. We know that.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like the Black Series elbow there, though, doesn't it? We were talking about that earlier. It looks a little bit like that.
Black Series make double joint.
But he has soft goods too, right? The CJ.
Yeah, it's by CJ.
They've been doing a lot of the soft goods now. That's been a nice addition that they brought in.
They've got, I think it's the tunic underneath the tunic is soft goods, and then that like robe or that sash thing around his waist is another piece that's soft goods, and it's bendy wires throughout it. And then the neckerchief cape.
Look at all this sculpt work, man. That is
like on the
crazy
chainmail on the shoulders, the gauntlets.
Even not looking at the face, even covering it up like it's a bad date, right?
Yeah.
Look at all the sculpt work in that.
Yeah. It's just layers upon layers of texture. There's not an inch on that figure that's not got some type of sculpt or detailing to it.
Look at right there on his legs and
the fur.
Yeah.
The
toenails.
Paige,
you need that other figure, Paige? You want me?
No, it's not that.
You're gonna need one.
It's not that. It's looking at like things like this and seeing how much work goes into it, and then a lot of times, I know I'm a little bit of a detail-oriented person, and so like it makes me appreciate things a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie to you, like who talked about creators and stuff like that, and I try to push it for creators and say, hey, support creators, be positive and stuff like that. It takes a lot of work, man. I put a video out like last week, and you guys know because I was talking with you guys through the whole process. It took me like 4 days to do that. I don't have a process down that would make it easier, but it's a lot of work. And so, and I do some of those things to have a better understanding of like what work actually is. And when you look at this figure, a lot of work went into this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, and I don't want to jump into their group or on to their people at all. We're all collectors at the end of the day. But one of the things I see is just when people are just like, nah, this isn't good. And I get people have different interest level about certain figures or concepts, but I don't know how anybody could not appreciate this. It's a really good looking figure.
Looks incredible.
Yeah.
Looks incredible.
And with Mythic Legions, because you're the bastard that got me into the pop and swap ability. Like,
yeah,
I know you have the whole set twice, Cory, that you can make all kinds of figures out of this figure.
Yeah, like I said, I gotta imagine they're gonna revisit this guy down the line, and people who passed are gonna want, when you start putting other figures to go around it. Well, you saw me. I already pre-ordered that Swordmaster figure by Fury Toys or whatever. So, once again, buying one figure is now cost me another one. So, how deep can the hole go?
Yeah, I pre-ordered him a while ago. What's he like, 80 or 90? The tiger guy?
I believe he was 90. I believe.
Yeah. Those Fury Toys are nice. I have the alligator, dude. The croc, whatever.
They're big,
huge. Like
I like big things.
this would be the size like I would want Mezco to make for a killer croc. This guy right here.
Yeah.
With
MC for scale.
Here's 89 Batman.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just monstrous.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. This is funny. And I'm pretty sure like this show, it's pretty pro Mezco, but I mean, it's I'm not trying to plug it. I can just appreciate it. That too, like the croc, I've seen that too. I've seen that, and that's why I don't try to bang on third party figures or anything else like that. But you can just see the amount of work that goes into that stuff. It's really nice.
One thing you can appreciate it is if one company's doing it and has the tooling to do it, how long before another company can start getting as detailed? And it's a chain reaction. Technology gets better and better every day, and artists get more and more creative, and sculptors, and then next thing you know, we've got the lines that we enjoy more than others that are on par with those that we're kind of a little looking over the fence at.
It's a nice break. It's a nice break from, no offense, Wolverine, Superman, Batman. It's just, I love seeing that stuff. I like seeing the subtle changes and the innovations that they do, but sometimes you just need like a little bit of a creative break so you don't get burnout from these characters or the companies, and it's also to test some of those little things for them to implement, like I said, for future releases. I remember everybody's banging on Mezco for light up. Why are you doing light up stuff? Why are you doing this? Well, if you want to have a Superman like with, heat vision, we got to figure out a way to how to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, I need to skip that slide. I don't want to show that. I'll skip that one. I don't know why that went over twice. Well, the last subject that I had to talk about, TopCon. It's stuck on the monkey. It won't let me get off this monkey.
Spank it.
Just can't get this monkey off my back.
I know, right? This is bull.
Man, I tried to talk myself out of buying that thing. I just could not do it.
The monkey or the tiger?
Well, the monkey.
Because then you would have bought the tiger.
Was the hardest sell. But then once I bought the monkey, the tiger was like a must-have. It was I didn't, once you go in, you got to go all in, right? I don't want to mess around and get stuck trying to get another Fury toy on the secondary market, right?
Oh,
do another Samurai Spring Leonardo. I'm still reeling from that one.
I knew you were you were working on Saturday, right?
Yes,
I assume when I texted you, and I knew you had to see like those that don't know, Cory likes accessories, and I'm sure once you saw the accessories, it really pushed you with him even more so.
Dude, with the accessories and then the content. Oh my God! Well, they profiled me on this one. I didn't stand a chance.
Well, they're like, Cory Christopher hasn't ordered yet. Release the photo.
They got me pre-order again.
They got me.
It's okay. People make sure to hate like they don't like it, and they learn to do the tender motion. Yeah, man. That gently caressing that subject. This week was a nice week to really implement that. Like when I was saying I was in and out of groups and stuff like that. That was one thing that it gets to a point where like there's so much noise, you just gotta like turn it down. But it is good when you get these releases that most people seem pretty excited. I know not everybody's gonna be on the same page with this kind of stuff, but we talked about it before. The pass, I don't like this pass, and really quick spoiler alert: nobody cares if you passed.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that, this will be my little rant. Anytime I see that, the scene from Jurassic Park always comes up.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting there and the guy goes, "Hey, this guy, he's passing. He's passing." See, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I can name 5 people today that I saw in the group who were just, like I said, throwing out knowledge, reading recommendations, telling about the character, about the recovery suit character and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of people that, obviously they're not interested in the character and like pass. I can't remember any of those people. I'll never understand why. And I had somebody message me too, and they said, dude, if you can say that you like something or you want to say, I should be able to say I pass, you pass. I'm like, nobody's saying you can't say you pass. I'm just telling you, if you're in a group where it's focused on this figure and people are there because they collect the figure and they like the line, I just think it's kind of pointless to say you're going to pass. Nobody's going to remember you said you passed, except for the guy that goes, you know what? You're the guy that asked for it later, and now you want a deal on it, and you were shitting on it a year ago. Right. So yeah, spoiler alert, nobody cares if you pass on something.
It's like the people that announce that they're leaving a group and quitting a line too. Nobody. Okay, great. Go silently in the night.
I think sometimes that's like I don't know if it's like a call to action. Sometimes people want other people to go, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with this guy. This sucks. Like there's a rally of the troops or something.
Paul Revere.
Or if they want somebody to say no, don't go, stay or something like that. Groups are getting smarter, man. I saw that again, caressing the subject. I saw that in the Legions group. I saw a lot of people saying, hey man, you don't like this? Great. That's great. And then you had them doing some damage control not damage control, but you're just trying to combat stuff. Like they were putting out like the thing that I put up, they were putting out information like the story history and everything else like that. But groups are getting smarter about saying, hey man, if you don't like this dude, it's perfectly fine, but don't shit on what we're trying to do. We just want to have a good time.
I'm glad people passed on it because I was able to buy a second one to get to you later.
You guy. Yeah. You. I need to talk to you after the show.
Yeah.
PM for price.
Yeah, I skipped snack time. Does anybody care? Yeah, nobody cares.
I care. I care about Steve.
I do. Steve's a good guy. So I can't get to pull up, but the last thing we had to talk about was pitch meeting. I love pitch meeting. What you missed, Boba? Dude, Boba. CC gave away another PS5 and another Thunder Tank. Mm-hmm. And the requirement was you had to be in the chat to win. You won both, but you weren't actively chatting.
Right.
So it went back to CC. So I apologize, man.
I'll send pictures.
I just lied through that the whole time. 112 cookies for those who care and none who pass. Yeah. I quit Mezco. Quotes are funny in the Mezco group. Like, why are you even here?
True.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I hope they never making cookies. That's the last thing I need.
Yeah.
Mezco Girl Scout cookies. I don't.
Did you say?
Yeah. Don't need those. Don't go Mez cookies.
No, man. Can you make little bite-sized snacks?
Oh man.
Like little bite-sized cookies. Oh man. Did you say that MCU were missing your Mezit from your Destro? You didn't get one, did you?
No. Can I have it? Because I know you inspected the box when it was in your neighborhood.
No. I didn't get it either.
As Paige is like, oh.
I know it's out. No. Oh, I don't have it out here.
Yeah.
Wiping his brow.
Yeah.
I gotta take a picture of that one, man. I'm going ham on those little green ones. I got
a few for you. I'll throw them in the box of goodies for your.
Okay. I won't show you the picture until you give them to me first, because you'll probably be like, what the hell? Okay, so pitch meeting. I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with this, but while I'm prepping this, because it was kind of like last minute, good idea from you guys. So pitch meeting. I love pitch meeting. So pitch meeting is where we just kind of like throw out some ideas that we had. And the one idea that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I saw some conversation about this, was the Joe line. I think consensus is with us is like we like the figure, except for CC. He didn't get it yet, right?
I don't have it yet.
Kevin.
Vicariously through YouTube.
The key word is yet. The key word is yet, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have it. It's only a matter of time.
So it seems like it's going pretty good with this one. Everybody seems to, obviously there's some people that have things that they don't like about it, but majority of the Mezco collectors seem like they like it. And so what I was thinking is we already know that we have Roadblock, we got Snake Eyes, Destro, Storm Shadow, and Fireflies in the queue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, out of those, Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Destro, Storm Shadow, which one are you looking forward to the most? And then we'll do picture.
Well, we already know my answer, and I think it's obvious why, but I'm really interested to see what we'll get accessory-wise with Firefly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Firefly, I think, is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. And that seemed to be the one figure they kind of sprinkled in the teases with, too, so I'm really waiting to see what they really do with him. They really built up the hype for Firefly.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Sal said Firefly. What do you got, MC? Out of all those, which one are you? Firefly?
Yeah. He's like, we talked about this, spoiler alert, prematurely, I just, you have an espionage guy that's also, he's just awesome. There's just so many things that they can do with him that we can get accessory wise, everything. Like, I love just that first image that they revealed with his burnt eyes, like his scarred up face.
Yeah.
Very telling of what the future holds for him.
Yeah.
And I always liked him in the cartoon as well.
I did too, man. Man, I was watching some of the cartoons. I was watching season 1 the other day.
Nice.
Oh, man, those are classic, bro. Oh, God. Yeah, I think I didn't send those videos to you. I was sending too many, and I was like, no, I can't send this one. But they were like little snippets and stuff, but I digress. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say Roadblock. The reason why, I wish I could pull it up really quick. I think I will. The reason why is because, you know me so well. I think I do like the sculpt work that they did on that figure. It looks like he's gonna. One thing about Mezco is you get a preview of it, but I don't, and I know it kind of goes against it, but I love seeing when people strip off. When they strip off the clothes, right? Because it's so funny because you see all the detailed sculpt work that you're really never going to see unless somebody stripped it off. And with Roadblock, it was kind of like you get to see that. I remember somebody stripped off the Nosferatu figure. And they were like, holy crap, look at all this sculpt work. But I think with like Roadblock, he's got like Suns Out, Guns Out and everything. And I'm just really looking forward to him, man. I'm looking at the pictures right now, trying to find a good one, but these aren't the promo pictures. I don't think that they do it justice. There was a picture I saw from SDCC last year, and he looked like he was shredded. I was like, holy crap. It's like Terry Crews. But yeah, I hope that maybe you can do like Luke Cage off of that body / design. So
yeah, that would be an easy one for them. They've already got the body.
So, of course, everybody in the chat can play this as well, because you never know who might be watching this kind of stuff. The pitch meeting for this is, since we already have those figures, kind of wipe those off the table, right? And let's say that you are in this creative meeting. Always got to set the mood, right? You're in this creative meeting, and they look over at you and they say, all right, we got these figures. We need 10 more figures. The catch is 5 of them are Joe's, 5 of them are Cobra. You can throw the Dreadnoughts on the Cobra line. You can throw some of those, I guess, miscellaneous characters, from the Joe line.
Yeah.
So.
I already know my 5 Joes.
You do? All right. CC, what do you got? You got 5 Joes. Go.
5 Joes. Tunnel Rat.
I knew it.
Tunnel Rat.
Tunnel Rat. Okay.
Tunnel Rat fall wear, and then Tunnel Rat winter wear. Yeah. No, right. He would have to be one of the 5 for me, though, for sure. Tunnel Rat, all-time favorite figure. All-time favorite figure.
Yeah.
But
why is your favorite?
That they'll give us more, kind of that core group with the future announcements that they get coming, I would hope.
Yeah.
So he would be the one definite Joe, and then Zartan would be the one definite Cobra figure I would like to see. A Mezco Zartan, I think, would be as good as the classified Zartan was, because he's such a great figure design anyway. Mm-hmm. I could only imagine what Mezco could do with a Zartan.
So you got Tunnel Rat, Zartan, any more?
I almost
Tunnel Rat.
We were talking about that earlier. A Viper figure, would be fantastic, I think, for Mezco. Only problem is there. How do I figure out how to get 4? That's that would be a mess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any old favorites. Gung Ho.
Mm-hmm.
Shipwreck. Like to have that. And then I'll throw an obscure one on there that I'm sure they would never do. But the William Perry Chicago Bears G.I. Joe.
Yeah. When he had the thing.
How dope would a William Perry Mezco 112 figure? Yes.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And then give me Sergeant Slaughter. That'll make my 5 Joes. Sergeant Slaughter would be cool.
Do you think that they'd be able to do that? Because I don't know, how that works with Valaverse and then Hasbro. Because I know that he did a run with Valaverse. It was licensed. And then he did something with Hasbro. And then I thought I saw him promoting after the Hasbro stuff too. I don't know if that was an overlap on the contract, but is that something that he can do? Because it's just do you guys know anything about that? Or?
I don't know. I'd love to know how that contract is worked out. Because everyone was talking about, if you remember when the Valaverse one was released, that you would never get one from Hasbro. And then bada bam, shortly after, I think they've announced 2, right? We got 1 released. Yeah. I think there's still another one coming in there.
I think MC asked, would you ask MC why he liked Tunnel Rat?
Why was Tunnel Rat your favorite? Was it because the figure, or was it the cartoon when we were introduced to him? What stuck out with Tunnel Rat?
It was the accessories. Once again, I've been a sucker for accessories since I was a kid. He had the huge gun. He had the backpack with the flashlights that everyone lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was, even back then for me, it was all about the accessories. And then he had, he had a cool outfit as well with the bandana and the face paint. So I just all the overall character design and the accessories for me as a kid. I always liked the guys with the big guns. Had to have the big guns.
I agree with digital, but I think somebody had mentioned this earlier today. I'd love to see them do females, but I'd want them to kind of iron out the female body for whatever, I guess, this Ghost Spider / maybe Sue Storm is going to be. I want to see what they do with that first before they commit to doing a line of females. Because, those are some of those females like Lady Jane and Scarlet. Don't put Jinx in there. They're all, they're pretty agile females. So I think that there'll probably be some kind of expectation for them to be able to pull off some of those harder to do range of motion figures than that they had previously. So
yeah,
I would much rather wait.
Baroness body, right? You'd have to do the Baroness. You can't do a female Joe line figure and not have Baroness in there.
Right.
Okay, let's take the 5 off really quick, but these don't count. If they did a female, who is the first female that you would want to see from the line?
Got to be Baroness for me.
You don't see who you.
Same.
Yeah, I think just with this, I think it's a no-brainer. I think. All right, who's the second?
Female?
Yeah, second.
Scarlet.
Me and him think a lot alike. I was thinking the same too. It would have to be Scarlet, the second one, I think.
I'm not a Lady J fan, really. I never was a huge Lady J fan. I guess if not Scarlet, then Jinx or Cover Girl.
It's a haircut, isn't it? You don't like her haircut?
No pixie cuts. Zorana, another pixie cut.
Yeah, but it's almost like you would have to, if you were doing that it's almost a shoe-in to say that you'd be doing at least a couple of dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
You like, because you just can't do Zarana and just say, yeah, all right, we're done. That's a good question. So with this price point, right? And I know we're just basing this off of just one release, right? But let's say the line is successful. How deep do you think that they'll go? And how deep do you want them to go? It's very sexual.
Yeah, MC, how much can you take?
I think beating for a little while. I mean, we'll be eating ramen. Sawyer likes it, fortunately. Sell some stuff. But, like the ones that they've announced and then the few that I would like to see made, I'd be good at. Because, I mean, how far down before they start getting to obscure characters that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know I remember like the last Joes I really remember as a kid were like, and I was older than, I think might have been a young teen at that point. So I wasn't really buying figures. It was the Ninja Force line with like Chibang and Banzai and those guys. I didn't care. I think that was probably that Snake Eyes was probably the last one that I got from that era. And
so when they start designing for Globulus, you'd say no.
Well, no, yeah, of course. The whole Cobra Law thing, I wouldn't. I don't know how you could pull that off effectively with Mezco, but like like the character, like I picked. I have classic characters that I kind of pick for the most part. So like,
could you imagine a Zartan with the Swamp Skier set, kind of like Ghost Rider?
Why? Yeah, why?
Dude.
Off-brand. Why that would be something good, but why hasn't Hasbro done something like that?
It's coming.
I'm surprised they haven't done the Swamp Skier yet because it's not that big. You see plenty of people doing the custom 3D printed ones.
Yeah,
I did not only that, but you're pretty much guaranteed to get 3 to 5 out of people once you start putting out the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: brand hopping. If they did that whatever that is, what is it called? The Thunder Tank thing or whatever it is. That they wrote. What's the? Huh?
You talking about the Slaughter's tank?
No,
the you showed earlier.
The Dreadnought, whatever it was, with the big jet engine on the back. It was like Mad Max. What's the title? You know what I'm talking about. The Dreadnought truck.
Yeah.
Had armor plating on it. It had the jet on the back. I remember I had that thing. It was badass. Yeah. But if they made that, I would make room for that.
Yeah.
Swamp Skiers too, but I mean, they already did Zarana, so I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get in there and do the rest of them too.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
I'm looking it up. It's killing me.
So, what are your 5? What's your 5?
Mine is Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
Shipwreck, of course. Mm-hmm. Deep Six.
Oh.
Wetsuit. And Alpine.
Ooh,
like I just think like those guys and sculpts that we haven't seen, like different clothing and stuff, and I really liked those characters when I was younger too. Like you got kind of land, sea, and air there with all of them. But
yeah,
I like your marketing tactic in there too. Like you got some of their army builders as well.
Yeah,
you smart.
And then my villains, or Cobra, so to speak. Cobra Commander, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was surprised. Like I didn't see a lot of that one.
Cobra Commander. Yeah, but I would be the one that wants I want both. I want the metal face and I want the hooded version. I want two versions. I think Mezco is the only group that's going to be able to pull that off. I think because who's gonna?
Coyote got it. Thunder Machine.
There you go. I think they did an unboxing of that recently, didn't they?
Yeah, I like that too. When they do the classic stuff, when they open that stuff up.
Yeah, and put it together. Zartan, of course, is like a no-brainer. The Tomax and Zaymot, I think would be really cool. And then does that count as 2 or 1? I mean, the others.
Yeah, it's 1. They probably do a 2-pack of that, right? You're not going to split those guys up.
So that's 3. Yeah, you'd have to. I mean, like, Serpentor, and
do you put a chariot in there? Do you do a chariot?
Yeah, why not? Or a throne, something, to
Mezco chariot. Good Lord.
And then Dr. Mindbender.
With an Oscar chewed up dog. I'm still pissed at him about that, man. He was chewing on that thing like it was just his bone. I'm like, what are you eating? And he's like, and he kept chewing. He's like, nah. Yeah. I was like, give it to me. I was like, so we have keywords with him. I'm talking about my dog. My dog, I was opening up Dr. Mindbender, and you know that red casing, that whatever it is with the base?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the red glass case or plastic case that goes over the base. He was taking the base and he's eating it. And so we have keywords, it's leave it, and he's supposed to drop it. And so I was like, what are you doing? Leave it. And he's like, he gets 2 or 3 more chomps in there, and I knew it. And I'm like, I was opening stuff, and I was praying to God it wasn't anything of Destro's. And I'm like, he's eating something. And I told him again, and he dropped it. And I'm looking, and it's like that Terminator 2 thing. I'm like scanning, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I go, oh crap. And he's got nice little chomp marks all in there. So when you take a picture, somebody's gonna be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with your base?
Right.
So
Oscar signed it for him.
He did. So it seems like you said there's a nice core cast of characters that can be done, but you are eventually going to hit a wall. I'm just wondering, because of the license thing, I'm pretty sure it's not a cheap license, and I know that they're probably, somebody said something really good, but I know they're probably waiting to see how these other characters pan out. But what would you say? I think like 10 or 15 is probably good for this,
10 on each side.
Yeah, and then maybe the coup de grace would be that you just slap people and do, which I'm really afraid of, is them doing any one of those troopers.
Man,
do you think that those would sell? Because you have you have classifieds, and so putting even an $85 or $90 price point tag on a Cobra Trooper.
People were paying that for classified on the second market easily. An army building at 100.
Got a point. Those Vipers were going for that much at one point when they were first released.
Yeah, you remember seeing people with those boxes, like they would have like a tray, like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
These guys would just walk into Target and wipe them out.
I could only imagine accessories and stuff with a Mezco Viper, though. That would just be
wow.
Viper's always been my favorite trooper, and then that Viper with the Mezco stuff, that'd be killer.
Yeah.
Why don't we get some red lasers and blue laser accessories?
Yeah, I was watching. Like I said, I was watching season 1. Those sound effects are awesome. But I was sitting there. Yeah, they were major blood. I can't tell if he's in. It's been a while, but I was watching. I'm like, is this guy an idiot, or is he just lucky, or is he? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure him out.
On the spectrum.
This has been a while. Yeah, I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Did you ever see the Community episode of where they animated and were G.I. Joe?
Mm-hmm.
That is so good. It's hilarious. You can watch that on Netflix for 20 minutes and you'll die laughing.
It's on Community?
Yeah, it's one of the Community episodes. It's like season 5, I think.
Okay.
Community.
How many characters do you think are already designed and ready for starting the production? Honestly, that's why I was going over this. I mean, it seems like they've gone kind of invested into the line. I honestly think it's maybe 10 or 15. I think 10's a good number
to get. I can't imagine.
That's what I mean. I think it's so expensive. And remember, we're talking like real time right now.
Yeah.
This is stuff that was probably done 1 or 2, possibly 3 years ago. Just getting everything worked out, designing, developing, starting to put in production. I don't think a lot of people understand. Yeah. I don't think that a lot of people understand that too. Like, I think that they think that they call in an order, stuff is 3D printed and then sent out the next day. It's not like that. It takes a long time. And so, like we talked about with Gomez, the pitch meeting,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a roach. Are you sure? Yeah, it's going to work. Trust me. Yes, yeah. But I'm pretty sure with them, they were working 3 years back and going, okay, these are the characters that we're going to do, and hopefully they work. I'm wondering if that timeline kind of went with, when did G.I. Joe? That's not a new line. I know they all talk to a certain degree, but can you imagine developing or getting the Joe license, and then all of a sudden Hasbro says, guess what? We're doing Joe's. And you're like, are you serious, bro? We just got the license and we're working on a $95 figure. Yep, that's right. We're going to sell them for $20. It's like, But yeah, I think maybe 10, maybe 15. And
that's funny.
And it would be good. I think it would be good. I wouldn't want them to get into some of these things. Would you want them to do a Battle Android Trooper?
No, but yes. I mean, my wallet says no, but because you got to have 3 or 4 of those. You can't just have one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think you put out a bunch of characters, some of the classic characters or the core roster ones, and then you leave on a high note and you just do like Cobra Troopers, maybe Vipers, maybe something else,
Crimson
and then
Guard.
Yeah.
But like that's like you have like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then you just sign off.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know how deep you'd want to go in there. I don't know if I'd want to see CoverGirl or some of it. I didn't get my 5. So one of mine would be Low Light.
Oh,
yeah. Definitely.
Another good one.
Low Light. Yeah. Low Light. Stalker was one that I had. We already did a Roadblock.
The one with the kayak or the other one?
Which one?
The Stalker. They had like the Winter Stalker that had the kayak. Remember him? They had the winter gear.
Yeah. I know. I didn't.
And then they had your green camo Stalker.
I'd like to have the green camo Stalker. Sergeant Slaughter. And Duke.
You got one more.
Like Low Light, Stalker, Slaughter,
Duke.
Oh, I get one more. I'm gonna throw a female in there. Scarlet. I'll throw Scarlet in there.
Doc would be another good one, also. Like,
he would. He has a personal attachment with that, right?
Yeah, like dial tone. One of those like in the background Joes that
Yeah. For Cobra, Baroness, Cobra Commander with a hood. I don't get into all that stuff. I don't really care. It's kind of weird, like I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
They're still showing cartoons of it, and I don't think it had the connotation of the meaning like people think it does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a terrorist who hit his face. Well,
it was just he wasn't. I don't ever remember them promoting any kind of like racism or anything like that. It was. I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might as well.
One of the most diverse lions ever made.
Yeah. Yes. Especially that. I mean, God, they had. You had Native American, you had Black, you had Asian, White. I mean, male, female. I mean, they covered the whole spectrum. So I don't think that was the intent or purpose, but I would think you would get banged on for terrorism more than you would that, especially in today's day and age. But anyway, so like with a hood, yes. What's it? Baroness, Cobra Commander. God, Maybe a variant of Cobra Commander. I'll take that as one of my slots. No, I'll take that back. Serpentor and Cobra. I'll do the Cobra Trooper. I'll do that.
You have to have a Cobra Trooper at some point, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
It's almost hard to have a line and not have. You got to have one in there. And as painful as it's going to be to the wallet. Maybe they do like a 3-pack like they did the Black Skulls or something like that. Maybe not as many accessories, but
I just thought of another figure that would be great, but
what's that?
Thinking of them as like secondary figure as well, like using it for other things. Quick Kick.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a thing going on, and he's got shirtlet. Like he'd be a good figure for other lines, just not just Joe's.
Yeah. I think we were private talking about the Cobra stuff. I think if they did like a 3-pack like they did with the skulls, say on packaging or whatever like that, but he threw the 3 of them in there. I think that would be a nice little compromise. Maybe do it for whatever it was, $275, but you're getting 3 figures and then you're getting the weapons like you guys talked about.
Yeah.
Box full of accessories.
Oh, I didn't necessarily. It was going to be like Marvel it was going to be like Marvel or DC for them. I'm trying to understand. No way yet.
I think maybe he's talking about like the licensing, like sending it over to them for approval. Perhaps, am I right, Kyoto? How much of a pain it is to get a figure approved? Maybe that's what he meant, or
yeah, all that stuff is, man.
What they can do.
Yeah, they. I've heard so many like stories. They have whatever the design is, then they send them proofs, and then they can look at something and then they can say, we don't like that shade of this color, or we don't feel like this is an actual representation of the character,
right?
Whether it be visually or something that they just don't like about the character in general, like the suit or design. And it's not just like one or 2 people. I'm pretty sure that there's probably a board of people that look at it and go. And so you can be in groups and you can see how different personalities or different people see certain things. Can you imagine having like that limit, at least 5 people going, I'm trying to agree on something?
Yeah.
That's why all that IP stuff is so easy. It only goes through one person. It's like that license. Yeah. It's always the license stuff, man. I don't know why people haven't picked up on that. It's always the license stuff that gets delayed. And it's got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the choices. All right. Good talk. What else was I had on there? And that was it. Yeah, that was it. We're at 158. Last time I looked, we were at 1 hour, and I was like, oh, man, we're going through this fast. But yeah, Joe had us. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. You guys got anything else?
No, sir.
They should ask how many you guys are ordering, and then half that and package that half. Yeah, that would be nice. He said the Joe license was huge for them. Yeah, that's a huge license, man. That's a big license. Even some of the other stuff that they like, the Turtles, that's a big license.
Yeah.
The Power Rangers, that's a big license too, man.
Whew, some expensive sets on the way. Whew.
It is. What are you guys looking forward to most coming? And then we'll get off.
This quarter or just period?
This quarter and period.
This quarter, I'm probably looking forward to most. There's some good ones in there with the Joe figures coming. Obviously, be looking forward to those. Man, there's one in June that's coming. Can you pull that back up?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the thing. I was also trying to stall so I can approve your post. Just kidding.
I'm
just playing.
For the year, I'm still looking forward to most Doctor Doom. I really think Doctor Doom is still going to be a really strong contender for figure of the year. I'm really interested to see the collaboration between Four Horsemen and Mezco and what that puts out. I got to say this quarter, I'm really looking forward to Robin, right? He's highly anticipated. We've been wanting a Robin figure for a long time. I'm really waiting to see how that turns out.
Yeah, of course, this is all tentative. We don't know. But yeah, off of this list, what do you got, MC?
I was going to say Robin, but I'll go with Gotham by Gaslight Batman.
Good choice. I'm surprised CC didn't say Batman.
I know.
The Batman.
And for the year, it's the Ninja Turtles.
I desaturated this one. I just noticed that. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna freeze it there. I'm going with. It's a toss up between these two. Roblox. And then my year one is, of course. Wait a minute, is it this year? I think it's tail. Yeah, I think it's tail end of this year. It's like teetering over the. It's like one of those. I think it was October, December. I think. Yeah, it is October, December. Yeah, so Dick Tracy. That's my year one, dude. I've been waiting for that one for a while. That's what I got. Let me see. Gotham by Gaslight.
Not many bad choices on that list.
No, there's not. I was going to talk about this, but we can save it for next year. And I know it's early, but we might, by the time that it happens, we'll be around the halfway point. But I was going to do like a midterm kind of like report card with you guys. See what you guys thought. Like I know it's different for everybody, but I really feel like this year, man, it's been so good. I still think it's a race. There's going to be a race to 30. Did I tell you guys about that? Was it offline or online?
No, you said it about that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the most they put out was 41, but it's 37 if you take off the Asia Gold exclusives. And so they're on pace to, I think, get close to that with the number that they're having released and what they have left. So
yeah,
not counting exclusive. So it's going to be a pretty big year.
People are going to find out how many $100 figures do you want in a year. That's for sure. We talked about that question last year. Everyone was talking about the delays. Well, we're going to test it.
Yeah.
We're going to test it.
I'm a bad enabler with this. I would say don't cancel it. You can always get your money back unless you just can't afford it. But you know how it is sometimes. Like some
go watch the cartoon.
Yeah, that thing's good, man.
If you go watch the cartoon, you'll keep it.
Yeah. But you know how sometimes a figure will come out and then people will showcase it and they're like, oh crap, I shouldn't have got rid of it. And,
yeah.
Oh, what is it? What figure are you still messing with? What are you guys still messing with?
Like most recently? Like, is that what he's mean? Like what are we still playing around with that we haven't?
Yeah, what are you messing with right now? What figure have you been playing with the most this year? It doesn't have to be Mezco.
Probably Bishop for me. Out of the recent releases, Bishop has never made it back into the box. He kind of moves from place to place, but Bishop for me is always around somewhere.
Who you got, MC?
It's a toss up between Sod Cutter and Death Dealer. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I've been sending you some stuff with Death daily. Yeah. So it's those two that I've been kind of fooling around with the most right now, working with. Like, obviously I busted out like Ghost Rider and Destro this last 2 weeks, but I just put them away for now. I just don't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Oh God. God, what was it? It's been a toss up, but mainly Union Gomez. I know that was last year.
Hmm.
You know, I know it was last year, but I mean, for some reason, I've been kind of like messing around with it, just to kind of think about different stuff. And I had Vapor. You know, I like Vapor a lot. I had Vapor, especially because I keep seeing people post these off the wall like periodic pieces.
Yeah.
They're really good. Like, did you see the go-kart one?
Yes.
Yeah, man, that was. And then guys are putting the football helmet on them, and I saw a guy do a history piece on it. It was kind of cool. He was talking about the strikes and stuff like that. And he had a picture of this Vaporoni like with a bat.
I saw that
beating.
one.
Yeah.
Beating somebody down or getting ready to.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a lot of hands-on time with your ghostwriter too.
Yeah. Trying to get that jacket. Man. Oh, did you see that custom that Indy did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
It was very impressive. I was like, crap. I'm
Yep.
thinking about taking one of my black spells and shredding them up. What else, man? I'm trying to think. Who else? Death Adder. I still need to open up Michael Myers, and I still need to open up. I opened up Ultraman the other day, but Death Adder's been on there, and then yeah, that's about it. So many good figures, man. Anyway.
Kyoto's rubbing those Jada Street Fighters in your face right now that you're on the hunt for.
Man, dude, everybody keeps finding those things. I know they're at Big Bad Toy Store, and then somebody invited me into that group, and I saw they had. I might be out of turn with this. I saw they had Chun-Li and Ryu. I didn't know those were coming out. Is that real? Or did somebody just put the Street Fighter stuff in there?
You said that Fei Long can hold up a knee and balance on one foot.
Yeah. I've seen like a lot of people do stuff with that one. It looks really good, man. D did it and everything. Mine's holding up pretty well. I didn't tell everybody this, I'll tell you guys. I've had that one Alien, the experimental one.
Uh-huh.
I've had it. I put it in the living room because it's air conditioned, but that's where the dogs are. So I've been trying to expose it to the elements to see if it would break down. So it's in the living room. It's where the dogs are at, and it's in that yoga pose that I had it.
Still, yeah.
I purposely left it in that pose because I wanted to take like 6 months or a year. Some of it's petty, but one guy said, yeah, let's see how it looks in a year. So I was like, I'll keep this one figure in that pose, and then I'll take it and I'll do all the stuff and show it. I think I wiped it off once, and it was just with water, but then I pat dried it. My Batman, I know it's off topic. My Batman, though, has been holding up pretty well. I haven't had any of those problems. I haven't had the...
You still have them in like the splits?
No. No. I sent that to a friend of mine. He was like, dude, when is he ever going to do that? I was like, I don't even remember him ever doing that. I was like, yeah, I know, but it was just a point to show
the possibilities.
Mine's been holding up fine. I haven't had any deterioration, any joint pop outs or anything like that. And you know what, man? I'm really wondering in a year's time what those figures are going to look like to people, everybody that sprayed that 303 stuff on there.
Did you spray
interested. No. I bought an extra to experiment to do it with, but I haven't done it. So I like doing that stuff and kind of like coming up with my own stuff about it, not just seeing somebody say it online and everything. Because like I said, there's other variables. I see some of that stuff, like guys who put that stuff in the cabinets and stuff. You put that cleaner, all that other stuff on there, and then you keep them under the LED lights. Or a guy said that, yeah, mine's broken down, but then you find out later on that he lives in the Philippines. No offense, and the climate conditions are completely different. There's a lot of other factors that aren't taken into consideration. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, somebody was posting earlier that they were upset about their figures living in Florida. Like what I don't know what storage he has, but I mean, no secret. I live here in Florida. You live in Florida. I don't know what's going on, why he's having breakdown. It's got to be in him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe no AC.
I have a climate controlled vault.
Yeah. But we definitely have AC going in my house. My power bill goes through the roof in the summertime, and I don't care because I'm not sweating in my house.
Yeah, I walked outside today, and I'm like, oh my god, this is oppressive. I'm like, ugh. It was, man. And they can't take it. They're short nosed, and so they walk out to the sidewalk and they start panning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pick them up and drag them back in. Or
yeah. I don't keep my collection like my collection. It's all climate controlled and well, you know what I mean. Like I don't
clean room.
Let it. No, it's not a clean room. I can tell you that right now, dude. It looks like a bomb went off in there. I don't know what happened. I got busy, and you know how that junk, it just gets out of control. It's like weeds.
And selling your stuff off one piece at a time till you notice. That's why she went through and messed it all up, so you don't know.
No. And
she
tried to tell me one time. She was like, "Yeah, I went in there the other day." I was like, "I know." I booby trapped that shit. I know when you go in there.
It's got tape on the door.
Yeah. No, the little eye comes out and it goes scanning. It says retinol. No, but like mine's like it's AC, like you said. There's AC in there. Man, I remember I used to get banged on hard about not taking them out the boxes because I would keep them I take them out of the box, and then I mess around with them and I put them back in the box. That was the whole point about those plastic things, like the storage container, because I could take them out easier and I wasn't ruining the boxes. And I used to get hard, man. People were, oh man, you don't take them out of the boxes, and I was like, it's because of that. It's because I don't like cleaning too.
Yeah.
I don't know how a lot of guys have detox. Yeah, you got to clean all of them off. I'm lazy. I don't want to do that stuff. So I was like, I'll put it back in the box. It's safe. It's out of the environment. And I don't leave my figures like in dynamic poses, especially these, for long periods of time. I don't. It's not good for them, especially the materials. What is it? Midwest basement storage. Yeah. But all right. Yeah.
Keep them next to the fireplace, wood stove.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I set them up as Christmas displays up there, and I just burn the fire. Diabolic, all those guys. They have those suits and stuff like that. You know what else that kind of suit like that was? I was looking at the Crow. I was looking at his coat and stuff like that. I didn't have any problems with that.
Yeah.
Cory, with him?
Man, I love the Crow. It's still an awesome figure.
I know you're a big fan of him, and I was just wondering if you're still posing him up quite a bit too.
This guy is really well done. This might be my favorite Batman so far.
Which one's that? Oh, the yeah.
Yeah, this Golden Age one or whatever. It's pretty solid contender.
Are you tempted to get the other one?
Before that, what's that?
Are you tempted to get the other one now? The all black one?
I like the blue and gray suit more than I do the black and gray. I love the blue and gray.
I want to see Mezco make more villains, having all the Superman and Batman with the little villains. Yeah, especially it's kind of hard too with some of the villains because they're rare, but then also they go up in like market value. Yeah, I think they'll probably start doing those. All right. Good show, guys. Thank you, guys. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm hoping that we do a play party pretty soon. What do you guys got coming?
What's that?
We got to do a play party soon. What's everybody getting that we're all on board with?
Freeze.
Okay, yeah. So that should be bread. Yeah, that's like a packet, though. We need something to like mess around with. So freeze will be it. Okay, freeze play party because we don't know if CC's going to get Destro yet, right?
Oh, I'm definitely getting him, but you guys have already played with yours.
It's true.
Yeah, freeze will be the next play party.
Has anybody gotten shipping notification on freeze yet? Anybody aware of that?
No, that's why I was freeze, the Novelist crew, and the Bricks and Bread. They put them in the queue, but nobody has received official shipping. Watch tonight when you go in the group. I just got my shipping.
Yeah,
but nobody's.
Paige's live.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or you go in the group and dude, somebody already opened up freeze.
Yeah,
but nobody's gotten official tracking or anything for that, and I haven't seen anything for that yet, as of this moment. So hopefully we'll see that.
Checking
That'd
now.
be cool. Yeah, you should. And Lord help the person who gets it first. Oh my goodness.
Don't be taking no pictures with your potato.
Another
oh my gosh, man. The pressure to do that. I think it's good though sometimes. It helps people kind of, realize what other people have to go through.
Yeah.
Anyway. Good night, guys. Appreciate everyone that came in, watched live. You popped in, you popped out. If you're watching later, I know this was a little bit more of a chilled show, but it was a good show. Got to spend time with friends, talk about toys, gratitudes. What do you guys got? Anything?
Remember to help control the pet population. Please have your pet
Oh, MC, you got to come up with a good one.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Wow.
That's a good one.
If you're the first. Turn the lights off. Yeah. I can't, man. I can't. Can you imagine that? Like,
smear Vaseline on the lens too. No, it's all.
I would light candles. Just like candles and stuff, and just be like, like have the worst lighting ever.
Yeah.
Or
here, Dr. Freeze is by the campfire.
Yeah, I would say that too. I'm like, this is Dr. Freeze. It's Mr. Freeze. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Here it is. Or just take pictures of the hand, like a hand or something like that, but make it blurry or something, just to, you get roasted. Anyway, Lord help the first person. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Time to go to bed.
You guys have a good one.
Later, guys.